It's called a promo,
Shut
kid.
your
And
mouth,
if you want to
John.
be the big dog, you're going to have to learn how to do it. So go ahead.
You ready? No! I said, are you ready?
That was good. Glad you finally decided to pull that giant stick out of your butt and have some fun for once in your life.
You're uneducated marks! You sit there on your phones tweeting out your opinions like they're worth a damn. Let me explain something to you people. You don't know
Better part,
shit!
I've been wanting to do shit like this the whole time, but yesterday it didn't update. I had my fucking notes on the screen. That's where they should be officially here. I'm barely here, but I'm here. I got less hours of sleep last night than I did the night before.
I slept like a damn baby.
Let's look at the fucking show notes here. Before we even do that, let me take my headphone out. We're gonna play a little quick game. You know, we always watch a DVD on the DVD screen up there. You're gonna pick a number, 1 between 3. 1 and 3. You gotta pick a number here.
2.
Okay. I was hoping you picked 3. Reason? Why? It's because I pulled out the Best of Raw DVD. Disc 2 is moments like 41 through 1 or some random shit. But Disc 3 is like the 1000th episode of Raw, which is even more random. But that would have been a fun one to just pop in for no reason. I think CM Punk defended the WWE title.
I believe so. That sounds about right.
You ever heard of CM Punk?
No, never heard of that guy in my life.
Yeah, him and John Cena. I think it was when John Cena was cashing in on his Money in the Bank. Yeah, and he failed. He's one of the first people to fail.
Let's go.
Fact checking on that later.
I'll fact check. I will not. My hand's been bothering me. My left hand, so.
Poor guy. I'm sure the volume's down.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. It's gonna be a long fucking day. There's so much shit to cover. You didn't even watch Collision last night. No one expected you to, but Collision last night actually had some surprises too. I'll get there later on.
Let's go.
Also, not covering the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I was watching the Hall of Fame this morning, getting ready to talk about it on the show. Hall of Fame deserves an episode by itself. There's so much context to even just Paul Heyman's interview, or speech, I should say. So,
yeah.
You know what we are going to start with? The most important NXT time of your life. It's Stand and Deliver. This is the Stand and Deliver NXT time. Get my headphone back in.
We get a special brewed tea today.
Special brewed tea.
Start with the.
Let's play our Raw moments on our PlayStation 2.
Yeah, that's what God intended.
Shout out to Retro Hall. First, also, we don't even get to Stand and Deliver yet. Let's talk about something that happened on the kickoff show.
Yeah,
Rich Holland returns to no surprise and attacks Joe Gacy before his match with Spears.
Well, I think the surprise was that he attacked Joe Gacy.
Yeah.
No one. I kind of get it now.
Surprise.
It's sort of surprise because he had no reason to attack Joe Gacy.
When you realize the defeat in his eyes when he was making that phony speech that I said was phony, yeah, it was no surprise.
I mean, I get it, but at the same time, like, why would you attack Joe Gacy? Well, why not attack Shawn Spears, the guy that did this to you?
I'll admit, I'm thinking, because my consistency and predictions this WrestleMania weekend has been above par, or below par. I think in golf terms it's below par. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a golfer. I've been spot on. I would say a good 80% of my predictions this weekend have come true. And I think in terms like that, when I'm creating a storyline in my head, that's the route I would go. So that's why I guess to me it's less predictable.
I sort of get it. Like he's brainwashing him, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but...
I mean, it's because it's the defeat. Rich Holland has completely given up. He's been defeated morally inside. He's like, okay, you know what?
I get it now.
You can't beat him, join him.
That makes sense.
That's my psychology of the day. Doesn't stop Joe Gacy from getting the win, though.
I popped. I love Joe Gacy.
You popped. Yeah. Pop. I like that. Metaphor, we're fantastic hosts.
Oh my god, the intro scene with like all the different locations.
I love that. Lash Legend, greater than Andre Chase at being a teacher.
Damn.
I said it. I
love that they made it into Dijak's office. Like, how did you do that without him getting pissed off?
So, and I regretted not watching the episode of NXT before Stand and Deliver. That's my fault. It is what it is. I really thought the Good Brothers were going. So I was kind of pleasantly surprised to see Frazier and Axiom, the number one contenders.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting the Wolf Dogs to retain. Like, I didn't see where you go with them.
I don't either. Like, I get they're over. The Wolf Dogs are over somehow.
Yeah.
I want to say
They're
despite
goofy.
Baron Corbin, but
Somehow Braun Breaker has revived Baron Corbin in a way.
I love it. I said a couple weeks back, NXT is the rejuvenation place for a lot of people. But there was one spot where Breaker literally made the ring move of like millimeters, but you could see it on the screen like clear as day. Like the ring literally just shifts when he's running the ropes. Like, what the hell, man?
Dude's fast. Dude's fast and strong.
Yeah, and I was like, we just need a Breaker versus Takeshita match.
You wish. That the Forbidden Door matches that can't happen. I didn't see him retaining, but and I don't know why they did. I don't know where they go.
I'm not sure
like
either.
I said, but I'll let it play out. That's what I always preach. I gotta practice what I preach in some sense. Obafemi shows his dominance in this triple threat, and he does it without burying the other two men. That's what I love about it. Is
Exactly.
you showed off how dominant of a champion he is, while also having the other two men in the match get over in
Like,
their own way.
The fact that Josh Briggs goes in there and he doesn't have a whole lot of stock. Obviously, he has the whole. They keep mentioning JBL put stock in him, you know, but Josh Briggs really got the show out here. And Dijak, I think at this point, everyone most people think Dijak has a caliber, and he doesn't let us down, I believe.
I've seen a lot of people since the Stand and Deliver triple threat saying he should be called up at this point. This is the call-up point for him.
I feel like he should have been called up as soon as he nailed the Dijak character.
Yeah.
But I also feel like at this point, because he's so synonymous with Keith Lee and Keith Lee held that North American title, now the way this story is going, I feel like somewhere down the line, Dijak needs to be the one to take the title off of Femi.
Damn. I mean, the end of my note, great triple threat, but like I said, Obafemi ain't losing that title anytime soon. So,
I mean, if he stays down there a
conflict
little
of
bit longer,
interest. We got a conflict of interest here.
But that was I still think that might be my match of the weekend so far.
Wow, really?
From the in-ring standpoint, at least.
Yeah. Although, not fair. He didn't watch Supercard.
I did not
it.
watch the card.
And even then, like, I didn't watch the GCW show. I didn't watch the New Japan show. There's some wrestling that even I haven't seen that could probably top some of the Supercard stuff I saw, but
Yeah, it's just about, like
check
I
out
said,
Supercard. Great
it's
pay-per-view.
what I've seen. That's my match of the weekend so far.
From what you've seen. And that's even including WrestleMania Saturday.
Yeah, I will say that, yes.
Over Sami Zayn and Gunther.
Sami Zayn and Gunther was
That's a
really
good-ass
good.
match. I think it was like 4.75 or something like that. Here's something you texted me here. Probably unpopular opinion, but I was very impressed by the women's trio. Second best women's trio I've seen this week. Still a true statement. Even after WrestleMania Saturday, we'll get there later, but still a true statement.
I would say that. And for this, the context here mainly is that the bar here for me was low. Not that I think anyone in this match was particularly bad. It's just they weren't great.
Better a low bar than a T-bar.
But this match, honestly, and I'm going to say this perfectly honest, this match and the match that follows, if I was Julia, I would be more impressed with the match that came before. I'm being honest.
Okay, fair enough. I kid you not, looking at the DVD screen, I thought it was Omos. It's Shaq. It was Shaq. It was Shaquille O'Neal. Okay. NXT saw the ROH Women's TV title and raised them an NXT Women's North American title. Kind of a long name, but I really love the belt, design-wise.
It is really nice.
The design was never flawed, so great idea. Let's keep it the same design and then make it white. I love it. It's a very WWE thing to do, but I'm not complaining. Here's what I am complaining about. Some lady, I'm not even going to mention her, I'm not even going to give her that kind of credit, but some lady on Twitter took this shit up the ass for no reason. I sent that out as a tweet. I sent that same statement out as a tweet, and she's like, so you're saying other promotions can't have women's titles or whatever? I was like, what? No.
That's...
I specifically responded to her. I said, I think all promotions should have secondary and tag team titles for the women personally, but like, dog.
The thing here is, this is a common theme
anyone.
among pretty much all people on Twitter. They like to take a sentence and stretch it as far as they can.
Where's it going? I lost it. It's too far away for me to see.
Exactly.
Dude, I hate to say this. I know you might hate to hear this. Ever since that CM Punk interview, I have not given a fuck what people have to say online.
That's fair.
I've not given a single fuck. I cannot stop looking at Shaq and thinking it's Omos.
It's Showmas. Oh, there's
Amen.
Big Show.
Hey, and Shad Gaspar. Rest in peace, Shad Gaspar.
Rest in peace, Shad Gaspar, man.
Okay, I don't know if I'm ready to talk about it or not. Whew, this one was hard. I did not see Lyra Valkyria tapping out. That was not in my plans. I was in shock. I said, what the fuck, 29 times. I think I said that as a tweet too. I'm live tweeting on Twitter all weekend at Wrestling Middle. Follow us on Twitter. X.
I take so much time to take notes and watch the show with my family that I can't live tweet, guys.
Man, I don't know how I do it. I don't know how I do it.
I don't know how we go from here with Lyra specifically, because I mean, obviously Tatum got involved. I guess you continue the story with Lyra and Tatum.
Even then, like, Roxanne made her tap.
She did.
There was no confusion about the finish. And
I'm starting to think, because I think back to the segment they had the NXT before. Is Lyra gonna go heel turn? I don't know if I like that, because I mean, I know Lyra needed some sort of freshening a little bit. A lot of people were saying she was getting a little stale character-wise.
I don't believe that.
But a lot of people were.
I'm gonna fight them. I'm gonna fight them. I know that's not being unbiased anymore, but
I don't see her. I don't see a heel turn going as well. Like,
nope.
It barely works for Roxanne.
Exactly. And look, she got a title out of it. I don't want it for Lyra at all.
And I'm kind of tired of having to heel turn everyone just to make them interesting.
Yeah, I agree. We're not doing that. It's 2024. We don't need to do that.
But yeah, Julia was there too. Julia and Rossy Ogawa in the crowd watching that match.
She a fox, call her Julia. Alright, what was after that? Because again, I thought this was the main event. I forgot there was a whole other match after this, but
Yep.
World title match was a fucking banger. Did you expect it to be a banger?
I had a friend of mine telling me that Tony D is the weakest of the four, which is Braun Breaker, Grayson Waller, Carmelo Hayes, and him, that came up around the same time in the ring. So, that being said, I had said, but he's been putting in work. He's been, putting a little bit more into his game lately, and it went pretty good. It was a pretty good match.
I thought it was a banger.
What I don't know if I liked is Tony kind of leaning more into the face side and not using the brass knuckles.
Yeah.
Even though everything he did leading up to that, like, it almost felt like a conflict of character.
Yeah. I respect Tony D'Angelo for doing it his way, but his way didn't get the championship.
Nope.
It's Ilya Dragunov.
You gotta use brass knuckles against Ilya Dragunov.
Ilya Dragunov gets the win. Still the NXT champion. Still a future Wrestling in the Middle World Championship #1 contender when we get that going again.
Yeah, kind of had to put on the back burner for WrestleMania.
I know, and it was the right move. I just didn't have time to set any of it up, especially moving to 24, but I miss it.
It'll be back. Don't worry, guys.
I know, and okay, we're not on WrestleMania Saturday yet, but I'm starting to get a little hyped up. I'm getting excited now. I'm getting ready to talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Forgot after that match that that wasn't the main event. There was a whole other match. Didn't realize this was the first time ever that two black superstars main evented in NXT pay-per-view. That's really cool.
It was really cool. I said so when I was watching. I was like, wow.
That's really awesome. I thought back, I was like, damn, wow, okay. Because, yeah, and we're not going to mention him, but, you know,
Sorry.
a certain Patrick in this world was a top-tier NXT superstar at one point, so I had to think back to that era, and I was like, really? We didn't even do it back then?
No, because he was...
Patrick.
I'm thinking back, I'm like, he was the only one that was up there in that caliber at that time. I can think of, at least.
I know, and I hate that he is the person he is because he was so fucking talented. I want to be able to talk about him. I don't feel comfortable. I asked you before this main event,
That's why I was laughing.
who's winning this match? You said Trick Hayes, Carmelo Williams. You can't play games with me, so I locked you in for predicting Trick Williams, and that's a fair pick. I was like, that's a fair
Look,
pick.
listen. I did not see that part. By the time we were texting again, I completely skipped over that last part.
Really?
Like, so I'm seeing this for the first time.
That's hilarious. So I'm locking you in for predicting Trick Williams, and that's a fair pick. It was a fair pick. Match had to deliver, though, with the build-up. It demanded it deliver. I think it did.
I think it did too. Again, and they mentioned, see, what helps matches is when you go in and say, oh, this person has this style, this person has this style. So you set the standard rather than having all these expectations.
Yeah.
And they did that, just that on commentary. They said, Trick
Very
Williams
fair.
is a street fighter. He doesn't live in Carmelo's world, who is so good in the ring. So that kind of helped at least put a little pressure off of Trick.
Yeah.
That being said, it still was really good.
It was really awesome for Trick to get the win, a well-deserved win. I'm not going to lie, I predicted Carmelo Hayes to get the win, but if he's going to advance up to the main roster fully, better go out on your
I
back, just
believe
like
so.
any other scenario.
I think
Elevate the next guy.
depending who this would have been, it would have been different. But because it's Trick Williams, and I think they have respect for each other as in real life as individuals, you know, since they've been working together so long, I think he probably made that call. He was like, "Listen, Sean, you gotta let Trick win."
Dude, right move. And you called it. You called it. Good job.
Yeah, let's go.
Called it. So that was Stand and Delivered. How would you rate it as a pay-per-view?
It's weird because I wouldn't say any of the matches per se sucked.
Yeah. It was
It was a pretty solid card. I feel like, and I don't know if this is just because looking back after having watched WrestleMania Saturday and this, it feels safe, and I say that in the weirdest terms. Like, it met the standard, but I don't think it pushed anything, except maybe the history moments. You know, two African American males
it's a big deal.
in a main event, you know, things like that. The whole thing with the NXT women's, I liked how they set aside that women's time, specifically the trios match,
Yeah.
the North American women's title announcement, showing Julia in the crowd, Lyra and Roxanne, like a whole women's block. And the fact that Ava said, I think
Women's block. Love
what
it.
a lot of people think which is the women's division of NXT is one of the best around.
Yeah. Then they were trying to display that. Again, we could have a whole through the table about ROH versus NXT. It's women's divisions. I think there's a good comparison there, but
That's fair.
we got to keep it moving anyway.
Yeah.
Now, we're not going to go straight to WrestleMania Night 1. We're going to do what I like to call this week Quick Collision, because Collision did happen very late last night, and I did stay up to watch it. I did that for us. I
Thank you. 'Cause
Yeah.
I passed out and I completely forgot.
I couldn't have expected anybody to do it. I said, I'm taking it for the team. I've already experienced sleep loss this weekend. I'm not going to
go.
get any more. Yeah. Okay, so open the show, and you already had this spoiled. I think a lot of people had this spoiled, and it's whatever. It was a really predictable thing.
Yes.
Open the show with the semifinals of the Quadruple T, as we like to call it.
Quadruple T.
FTR predictably winning into the
Yep.
finals of the tournament. So we're going to see Bucks versus FTR again for the tag team titles. It is what it is.
It is what it is. I'm hoping that something. I think.
With the Bucks gimmick right now, I kind of can't not see them winning.
Yeah, but you have a little bit more of the story, which we'll get into later with an announcement.
Okay. I'm not even
Yeah,
clicking.
You know the announcement that they make of what they're gonna do on.
Oh yeah. Got it in the notes. I
Yeah.
talked about it to you. I was like, where's he going with this?
No, you know.
Pac calls out Okada. That's something I want. That's
Ooh.
something I need.
Come on.
That's something I
Let's
crave.
go.
That's something I go to sleep at my pillow every night and say, I didn't do that, but at the same time, it's a really cool match. Let's do it.
Oh yeah.
Delete that note. Bryan Danielson in this Collision interview this week shows me why I love him so much, as usual. I love that man. So authentic as a wrestler, as a human.
Yes.
Inspires me. And I'm so hyped for this match, man. I'm so fucking hyped for this match. I can't just sit here and pre-assume that it's going to be one of the greatest wrestling matches of all time.
Yeah.
But, brother.
It will. I might miss it because, money's tight this month.
No, we're going to make sure that Dylan watches the Dynasty pay-per-view. You ready for this one? Anthony Ogogo
Yeah, that's what I was laughing at.
Yeah, this happened. Anthony Ogogo attacks Hook after him and Jericho beat Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty. Seemingly, he's been added to the Shane Taylor promotions. After the match, they hang the Shane Taylor promotions flag, do the whole thing, and he's like, "Yep, I'm part of this now." Anthony Ogogo.
He still goes here.
He does.
He still goes here.
This is a common theme we're going to see about this quick collision. I'm sorry I'm not moving quick enough. I know we got a WrestleMania card to look at, but
we're trying, man.
They brought people back on Collision that haven't been on AEW in a year, 2 years. It gets pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah. They're having their WrestleMania, their Raw after WrestleMania tonight.
They did it. Dustin Rhodes challenges Samoa Joe to a world title match on Dynamite.
Okay.
Yeah, Dustin Rhodes challenging Samoa Joe like he's gonna finish the story too. That's what I sent to one of my friends.
That's what's gonna happen.
Samoa Joe answers later on. Tells Dustin, best he's gonna give him is eliminator match.
Which
that's
he
the
won't
best
win,
he can
so
do.
That's depressing.
Also, Ospreay's interview, just as genuine.
Yeah, I expect that.
These guys don't even need to pitch a heel versus face thing. They're just like, hey, we love wrestling,
about this feud.
and we're the best wrestlers ever, and we're wrestling, and we're going to wrestle together at the same time on this night. Okay, sorry. Rocky Romero challenges ROH legend Roderick Strong to eliminator match, to potentially get an international title match. And this is where it's weird. It's happening at Battle of the Belts. The eliminator match to be the number one contender is happening at Battle of the Belts, not on the Collision before. I don't know. I don't make the rules here.
See my face.
It's I don't know. I don't go here. Okay. We find out right after that the Bucks are going to show the backstage all-in footage.
Yeah.
With something announced. They did it so quick. They just all of a sudden were by the way, this Wednesday on Dynamite, we're showing the backstage footage from All In.
Part of me feels like...
What?
Part of me feels like they're like, okay, FTR are Punk's friends. So we're gonna add this to the story really quickly.
I hope it's a work, dude. We don't need to keep digging this can of worms up. Just let it go.
I think this is for the FTR Bucks match, not to actually. Either way, it's still gonna cause.
Please, just don't let this keep going on. Please let it stop.
I want it to stop, man. I'm so tired.
Here we go. Somebody who advocates for it to stop. Matt Hardy says it should stop, guys. Matt Hardy version 1. It says it needs to stop.
I don't know if a lot of people listen to Matt Hardy right now.
Damn, poor Matt Hardy. Can't even get over on a podcast. All right.
I love Matt, but
last note here for Collision. I want to get Collision out the way. Yuka Sakazaki shows back up on AEW television as well. And she fights Trish Adora, everybody's favorite jobber. And
apparently.
Yeah, she's jobbed out to so many people, but she looks great doing it, and thank you for your service. After the match, we get a very polite interruption, very polite and respectful interruption by Serena Deeb, the other final boss, 1 out of 6 now, apparently.
Yes. Well, I had heard somewhere that Yuka Sakazaki was getting ready for a comeback, so you kind of didn't spoil me completely.
Came back.
But Serena Deeb, that's interesting.
Serena Deeb, Yuka Sakazaki.
I'm glad that they, because remember at one point we thought Serena Deeb was going to be Monet's first feud.
I did quick collision.
and or at least a couple of people did.
Cross
I
that
did,
shit off.
and that didn't happen. So I guess now she has Yuka.
Mm-hmm. It is what it is. Now we're finally here.
WrestleMania.
Night 1. We got here on time. Did I run through quick collision quick enough?
I give you a
I felt a little slow. You can give me a B plus.
A
I'm a B plus player.
3.7 out of 5
I'm a B
on the
plus
star
player.
rating. You can
Man,
call me Dylan Meltzer.
man. B plus player only. All right. How do you feel about the new WWE Then Now Forever thing? I thought it was fucking awesome.
Look,
That
it's
was
very
fucking dope.
Marvel's-like. Or Marvel-like.
Very Marvel-like. I'm gonna quote you on that. It's very Marvel-like.
I loved it, yeah, but I just couldn't help but think, is this Marvel now?
I thought it was fucking awesome. I mean, I get it, like, you know, WWE Universe.
Yeah,
I fucking love it.
it was amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
it's better
kudos to
than,
whoever made that.
better than the shit I've been looking at for 50 years. I'm 50 years old. Here's another tweet. There's gonna be a barrage of tweets that I sent out as live tweets that also got turned into notes, and that's how I do it. I double them down.
Okay.
Live tweets can also be really great notes. Like, I'm sick at the fact that there's an ugly ass Prime bottle logo in the middle of the ring at
Oh.
fucking WrestleMania.
I made a similar tweet where I was like, during the NXT show, seeing, first of all, Knuckles was in the crowd. Like, Knuckles the Echidna was in the crowd.
Yeah.
But also, the Knuckles logo was on the sides. Like, when did they start doing the side advertisements?
Dude, and that's something that this also, like, transitioned into. Here's another tweet I sent out. The Prime logos are taking away from the enjoyment of WrestleMania for me, and I can't explain to you why. That was actually a joke, but I had a lot of fun with people with this joke. I had a lot of fun with people.
I sait a bunch of the replies, and I was like,
I was
"Are you
having a blast.
serious?"
Every time someone had a good reply, I would quote it and have a better one, and it turned into like something else fun for me during this WrestleMania Saturday. But truthfully, that sparked a whole conversation amongst people. Like, that was the biggest complaint after this Saturday, was how promotional it was. There was a promotion.
There were a lot of
for every
match. And I think obviously this is part of the transition, this new era and the partnership with or being under the TKO
It's
banner.
we're calling it the Renaissance era too, because it's like a rebuilding period, a
Yeah.
renewing period. Here's something that this was hilarious, because again, different sponsor every match, right? This was fucking hilarious. Whenever it was like the American Home Builders or whatever, I looked at Alyssa. I said, there's no way they're putting that on the side of the ring. They can't put that one on the side of the ring too, can they? During the tag team match. And it was fucking there. And I said, what the fuck?
See, the one that got me wasn't even
Which
this
one?
one, because the LED boards are easy to change.
Yeah, for sure. Which one got you?
NXT, you had at one point Knuckles on the side. All right. so
Yeah, we know
cool.
that one.
And then on another match, the Roxanne Lyra match, sponsored by Fallout. I love Fallout.
Yeah.
Putting that out there. You have the Vault Boy on the
Mine
side.
is Fallout 76. We don't love that one.
Yeah. You had the Vault Boy on the side. And I was like, so they, in between matches, they went and changed out Knuckles for Vault Boy? Like, that's a lot of
We're not
dedication.
paying more than one guy. We're not making that much. In fact, you're making a buku money. And that's something I also wondered with the Prime thing. Like, how do you pay a WWE superstar a million plus dollar contract to be a superstar, but then they pay you a lot of money to sponsor their product? I start to wonder, like, was that part of the deal Logan Paul got? Was
Probably.
that Prime was gonna?
I'm willing to bet like 90% sure that was part of the deal.
WWE's probably paying him like $10,000 and then like giving him millions of dollars in sponsorship.
I mean, just think about it. We have Woo Energy every week on AEW.
Yeah, I hate to think about it as much as I do think about it. Let's get past this tweet. Women's match? I told you so. I called it.
Yeah.
Here's a response I had to Mr. Wrestling, a really great account I follow. He was asking, like how people felt about it, because I feel like, and a lot of people just didn't enjoy this match. Fair enough, and people have the right to their opinions. My take on it was, again, here, showing the tweet, think the bar was just set higher going in than it should have been. Plus, you have 1 out of 2 competitors physically ill. Despite that, even, good. And I don't know about anybody else, but I saw the match going down this way from the moment we started the feud. Like, the moment we started this whole entire thing. That's how I saw it going out. And so, for her to go out sick and still put that somewhat together as well as they did, I like it. I like Rhea still champion.
The bigger story I think here for at least the community is leading up to this match, everything that Becky's done from the NXT title run to, you know, running through people that people thought she shouldn't have run through.
Yeah.
The thing here, people I've seen a lot say she can't wrestle. She's not athletically gifted. And if you're comparing her to the other horsewomen, I mean, you have Charlotte fucking Flair, who is one of the most athletically gifted women in the roster. Mm-hmm. You have Mercedes Moné, who, I mean, she is really good in her own right. Bayley, who might not be as athletically gifted at this point, but has shown she can definitely go. She has a lot of fire. Becky's a character person to me. Mm-hmm. And she can go. Like,
she Van Go.
And especially like, think back to Tiffany Stratus, the match they had. I can't remember if it was like an Extreme Rules or a street fight, but it was no disqualification.
Yeah, I believe it was Extreme Rules. Also, did you say Tiffany Stratus?
Did I say Stratus?
I think you said Tiffany Stratus, and that's hilarious.
Never mind, I'm not going to go there. Either way...
Trish Stratus called herself Mother. Continue.
She did.
That wasn't in the notes.
She does really well in these kind of deathmatch kind of things, but not... But, I mean, in a normal match, she reminds me of Hulk Hogan a lot, because a lot of leg drops, mainly.
Okay, there's the comparison. I was like
90%.
What does she say that I don't know?
No, not that she says, that she does in the ring. The way she wrestles reminds me a lot of Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I was making a worse Hulk Hogan joke there. I'm glad we skipped over it.
I enjoyed it too. So that was a long way to say that, basically.
Today's episode sponsored by Triple B Belts. You can get one of these beautiful things. Cheap in price, not in quality, as you can see. This fucking beautiful belt.
Okay, then.
Cody's finishing the story tonight, and he's going to change the design back to this.
Damn.
You know that's not true. You know if he changed the design legitimately what it would look like. And also, can you get me one of those belts that The Rock has? That thing is fucking beautiful.
It was.
I'll show the picture. The picture I have in my phone, I'll show it on the video version, of course. Let's keep on moving. Fuck the production truck, too, also. During this ladder match, they fucked over... nearly, I guess, fucking up, but it's still... the way they pointed it out is what made it cringy, truthfully. The New Catch Republic's entrance, they're trying to come out, and they're still showing...
Awesome Truth.
Thank you. I was like, I'm still drawing blank here. They're still showing Awesome Truth thing, and I feel like had they not pointed it out and just, you know, hey, change it, it wouldn't have been so cringy feeling.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm the kind of person that likes to acknowledge if I mess up, but...
Acknowledge my fuck up.
Yeah.
Dude, R-Truth made up for it. This was hilarious. Again, he makes matches entertaining that are already entertaining more entertaining.
Yes.
He fucking made up for it. Also, I'll jump into the first one, of course, because it happened just as quickly and abruptly. You got your way with Theory and Waller winning the SmackDown Tag Team Championships.
It's like, the way I laid it out was one heel team, one face team. And I didn't see Judgment Day retaining, so it was...
I saw it more likely
Waller and Theory.
Yeah, and again, this is... Meltzer pointed this out, too. And I mean, he doesn't really need that much time on our show, but Meltzer pointed this out, too. Like, at one point, there was rumor they were supposed to be taken out of the match.
Yeah, I think in the last few episodes we've done, I have pointed that out. Like, they were rumored to be taken out. And then, boom.
They're actually the SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
I think I've seen... I think you said this, maybe a few other people. The tag team with Waller has kind of helped keep Theory above treading water.
Yeah. And, I mean, in a sense, in a bigger sense, I got my way again. Finally, after fucking, what was it, a year now? It hasn't been a full year that we've done this show, but I feel like since we've started this show, day 0, I've literally complained about those belts not being split up, and it finally happened.
Split up.
You got your way, I got my way. I got annoyed after that, though. The initial SmackDown tag team grabbing, okay, got those tag team titles down. Then it seemed like nobody wanted to go get the Raw tag titles. We were focusing more on the spots. And again, I don't really have too much complaints on that. Cool spots, WrestleMania, sick. That's really cool. And in some senses, that's what WrestleMania Saturday needed.
Just the sequence, the way the events, the sequence of the way the sequence of events transpired.
In ladder
Yeah.
match psychology, those Raw tag team title belts hanging there, somebody at all times should be at least trying to go get them instead of leaving the ladder there. And again, we'll get into the broken ladder in a second. I was watching
My
that.
God.
I know the exact moment it happened, and from the moment it happened, I was watching it just continue to do that. But the belt shouldn't be hanging there, and then we're going to get tables, and then we're going to fight. It's like somebody
Yeah.
should at least be Anyway, that was a big complaint I had, but they focus more on cool spots, and I can't complain. It's fucking
Yeah.
cool spots at WrestleMania.
Hell yeah.
The finish got a little messy.
Oh,
That ladder was fucking shit up. What made me cringe the most was the referee grabbing at Damian Priest's ankle. Like, she kind of made it a little worse than it already was.
yeah. Which I don't know if maybe he didn't know, maybe they didn't know. I don't know.
I feel like they did know, but they didn't need to be, like, apparently reminded. I don't know, though. We weren't there.
You never know. Yeah.
We weren't there. It was very...
scary for me because I was like, oh, that thing's gonna buckle. Like
It was
that
super
thing's gonna buckle.
clusterfucked. It was very clusterfucked. Did not expect Awesome Truth to win the Raw Tag Team titles. I love it.
I called it again.
I'm not mad at it at all.
I said Awesome Truth. I mean, R-Truth and Miz are not going to have a lot more WrestleManias, I don't think. At least not in a wrestling capacity for sure.
I gotta at least ask one time quickly though. Did you at least at any point, especially towards the end there, think that I might have been right about the New Day winning? The New Day had some points in this match where they legitimately seemed like they might win, and I was like, wow.
Yeah,
I
there
called
was
that.
there was a point where I thought, the Judgment Day were gonna. I mean, especially that JD spot. Until
Yeah.
here's my gripe. Anyone can pull those down. Anyone. Why didn't JD McFunko Pop just literally pull the
James
belt?
Ellsworth it.
It's like you could have done that and handed it to them and be like, okay, they won.
That's all just part of my same frustration.
But no.
Anyway, I was tag team tired by the time we got to
That's
LWO
a
and
mouthful.
LDF. I was
Ugh.
tag team tired, man. I sent that as a tweet too, but I won't show it just yet. It was an okay match, not that exciting to me, but interesting enough. Halfway called who the masked guys were. I said the Kelsey brothers, and one of them was a Kelsey brother.
Yeah, I didn't
I didn't
think
know the other player, so
I didn't think about that. I mean, I don't expect Jason Kelsey to show up in a Rey Mysterio match. I'm sorry. I just don't.
no. So here's the tweet. I was already tag team tired. So much tag teaming, but now it's time for what I hope can be match of the night. Sorry, it wasn't. Spoiler alert. Singles match between two brothers who ironically are also the greatest tag team in WWE history, and maybe they should go back to being a tag team after this. And hey, I'm not hating too much. It was good, but
But did I not call it? Did I not call?
which part?
Remember when we did our brother special?
Yep.
And I said
One of my
they
favorite
have
ones.
the exact same moveset.
Yeah.
How good can this match be if they have the exact same moveset?
It was just as good as it could be if they had the same movesets. With having the same movesets, it was just as good as it could be with that. And again, I'm not complaining too much. It was good, but the only thing I could compare it to as far as going back to that WrestleMania Brothers episode, storyline-wise, it could have held a candle to the Matt and Jeff thing, but Jimmy Uso didn't burn his house down. When you burn your brother's house down and kill his dog, you've escalated the story.
Yeah.
It's just a different story at that point. Not fond of the women's trios match. Go ahead and get that out the way. Worst one out of the three I've seen this week.
Yeah, I think the Jimmy J match and then this match are the two that I've
Yeah.
seen people complain about the most.
That's fair. Back to the trios aspect too. I'm gonna shameless plug it one time before WrestleMania weekend is over. Go watch the Stardom Showcase. That match was fucking. I got put on this weekend. Let's
But-
keep moving.
With that match, I think part of me thinks, and I think I sent you this too, I think they were trying to protect Jade a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reminded, recently Asuka had an injury scare.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
She had an injury scare, I think a knee or something, and they had to pull her from a show or two. So I don't know if she was working, maybe rehabbing or, being safe.
I had zero
But
idea of
it
this.
definitely felt like a safe match for the most part.
Wow. Yeah, I
Jade
had
got
no idea she
little
had
time
injury
in there.
scare.
when she was in there, she dominated. That's what they needed out of Jaden. That's what they got. It did the job.
In some sense, but it wasn't my cup of tea. What was my cup of tea, the lead up to Sammy's entrance was,
Oh my God.
that revived the fuck out of me. All the tag team tiredness, all the fucking trio tripping, all that shit. I got revived off of Sammy's entrance setup.
When they started showing all the people that support him, I was like, if this man loses, I might actually riot.
Dude, I told you he was winning it. Again, I'm like 80% right on this whole fucking WrestleMania, and that energy carries over today into Sunday. But I was right. He won it. What I did not know was Gunther's reign ending at 666.
Oh, Lord.
That's fucking eerie and awful that somebody has to go a long-ass time to beat that, too.
Yeah.
Somebody has to legitimately go and hold that title for a long time. And I don't think after we've had a champion be that champion, that long of a champion for that long, that was a fucked up sentence to say. I'm sorry. That was clusterfucked. But that's how baffled I am at the concept of having to beat a 666-day reign.
Well,
That's awful.
Here's an easy solution. You give Dragunov the title.
Okay.
That's your
Now
solution.
let's try to be mindful of other people's perspectives. Do you think other people want to see Dragunov be champion for over a year?
That's fair.
I do. I want to see it, but I know that like not everybody
feel like
does.
Depending how long he holds the NXT title for,
Yeah.
there might be a little bit of burnout.
Here's another entrance thing. The entrance for The Rock was fucking awesome. It was fucking awesome, and so was his belt again. If you can get me that belt, please.
As a big video game fan, that whole entrance, I was like, this is literally final boss shit right here.
That's Final Boss.
You're still a tutorial boss.
I
but
disagree. After that entrance, I disagree with that one. Now, he definitely had some Final Boss energy. Again, anybody who can get me a replica of that belt, name your price, set it up, let's do it. Triple B
willing to
Belts
pay.
doesn't have one in, but I'm sure they want one, just like I do right now. Tag Team Main Event had the big fight feel it was supposed to, though. I have to admit, probably the match of the night that had the most WrestleMania feeling to
sure.
it. Probably match of the night, period, if you ask me what match of the night is. And that, again, Sammy and Gunther, that's the only argument I would have with that. But this match had a lot of substance to it, and that's what matches should have at
That's
WrestleMania. It should give you that feeling in the pit of your stomach, like, oh shit, what's going to happen? Falls victim to the final boss. Here's something, though, that I got, that I wanted the week before, you remember? And I didn't get it, and you said, well, just wait, you'll get it. Got the rock bottom through the announce table spot.
You did.
I wanted it, and I got it. Cody hit that. He hit it better than The Rock.
You know what surprised me out of this match?
That was bold
Not a
statement.
single other person got involved, even though it came down to the point where they could, because
Yeah.
Rock was literally threatening the ref, like, I will fucking fire you if you say or do anything.
Yeah. I didn't see the match playing out the way it did. I didn't see the finish being what it was, but at the same time, when it all played out, I was like, okay, now I get it. Again, falls victim to the final boss. I said it hurt, but it's what happened. He takes the pin from The Rock, and I think that's something that The Rock just wanted really badly.
Maybe. You know what he should have
What?
wanted? He should have wanted, and I said this the other day, or yesterday even.
Mm-hmm.
He should have wanted one person to run in. One living creature to run in. Pharaoh. Pharaoh should have been the one run in during this match. Come in and maul the absolute
Let's go.
living crap out of The Rock.
So tonight we got Bloodline rules.
Maybe he'll show up then.
That, maybe. I mean, a lot of people think Dustin's showing up, but Dustin's trying to
No.
finish the story for himself.
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense that they have to, like, stack the odds up against Cody all the
Yeah.
way as high
No,
as they can
This
go.
is really good storytelling. I agree with this.
Not what I thought, but I can see it now. It all makes sense now, for sure. My note from Saturday going into Sunday is more so just in a WrestleMania feeling sense, they got to step it up a little bit. And
Yeah.
I know it's a lot from just a fan to say that, but seriously, it's WrestleMania, and this doesn't feel like WrestleMania. With the exception for that last match and minute tidbits of the ladder match.
See, this is what I said earlier. Remember, it feels safe. Everything feels kind of safe for the most. Even the ladder match, I feel like there were spots they could have done that could have been that I think those people were capable of doing, but they held back on. Besides, like, the air raid crash off the ladder, that... Oh.
Let's look at this card here. Let's look at the Sunday card. Okay, so I don't know if it's going to go in this order. Yesterday we read the card off in order and it didn't go in that order at all. So we're going to read it in the same order you see it and see if it plays out this way. I'm most certain that it's not going to.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley and the Hurt Profits versus Karrion, Adam Cole, Cooked Meat Cross, and his friends.
Okay, so here's my theory, right?
Here's your theory.
And I see two ways this can go now. My friend was talking the other day about the Bray Wyatt documentary. And they were saying...
Was it me?
No, it actually wasn't you. But they showed... there was a part at the end that kind of teased sort of something with Bo, maybe Uncle Howdy.
Yeah.
And then there was another... They showed it again at the WWE World. So, the last few people that Bray was supposed to feud with, one was Bobby Lashley. And then the last person he actually got to feud with was LA Knight.
Right.
So we have both competing on this card. Maybe Uncle Howdy gets involved in this match?
Maybe. I mean, it's been predicted since watching that documentary. I was watching it closely because I was like, I feel like he needs to watch this documentary before going into any theories out of it because, I mean, there's context you could be missing to it. But same time, this is a weird note, I had a literal dream about Uncle Howdy showing up at WrestleMania. A literal dream. So
let's go.
It was literally after watching that documentary. What a documentary that is. LA Knight, AJ Styles. I'm getting more excited for this match than I thought I would be.
Yeah,
Again, the build-up
sure.
wasn't all that great, but I'm starting to get a little bit more excited for it. If I have to predict who's going to win it, I'm more so leaning towards AJ Styles because I'm an AJ Styles mark. Also, if I'm going to predict who wins that street fight that I don't really care that much about, but I have to because it's my job to, I have to go with Bobby Lashley. I got to go with Bobby Smashley.
I don't know. Part of me thinks, is this the time that we take the Street Profits and split them?
You could try it, but you're going to hurt Dawkins really badly.
You are, but like Ford, man.
We thought Ford could get a push. I mean, I said it at one point. Remember the time we thought he was going to be U.S. champion?
Yeah.
That was the highest we had gotten to Montez Ford being a single superstar. And since then, his morale has not been lifted up, and that's fine. But
and the other part of me is like, you brought the Authors of Pain back. You have Paul Ellering. You have all these pieces. Eventually, Cross has to get something, or just let him go. Like, one or the other. Like, come on.
yeah. Moving up to the United States Championship match, I'm going with Randy Orton, and I'm rooting for Kevin Owens, predicting Randy Orton to win it. Randy Orton just wins stuff, so it makes sense.
I'm thinking big picture here, which SummerSlam in Cleveland.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
Get off of it.
Yeah.
Get out of town.
So I'm thinking, do we A, have Logan Paul keep that belt all the way till then, or B, have Logan Paul lose the belt and then challenge Cody Rhodes?
When did Cody Rhodes get the belt? Oh, okay.
The world champion.
I thought
the Universal Championship.
I'm living in a world where he doesn't get any world title opportunities because he hasn't done shit to get the world title opportunities, but have a bottle of fucking liquid.
He pays a lot of money. Well, he helps bring in a lot of money.
I'm done with this. Match that should be a main event of a WrestleMania pay-per-view, but is not. Fine, it is what it is.
This
Io
is,
Sky versus Bayley.
This is what we call the co-main event. Remember that one? I can't remember what pay-per-view it was. They had like 3 co-main events.
I complained about that too outside of the
this
show. They do that so often where they say like every match is the main event.
This is it right here. These last 3 matches are it right here. These are your co-main events. I think Bayley wins.
Yeah, I see Bayley winning too. I love Io Sky. I want Io Sky to win, but I think Bayley's winning it for sure. This one's gonna be fun. I'm sticking with the long-term theory that's been around as far as like Drew McIntyre is gonna win this World Heavyweight title and he's gonna win it and he's gonna have a great moment, and then Damian Priest is gonna come out and cash in and ruin that moment, and it's gonna be fucking hilarious.
It could be. I see
what
this
it is.
as a possibility.
He ain't doing it in the main event.
I mean,
I would be pissed. In fact, not only would I take a break, I would take a leave of absence from WWE, period. If they cashed in on Cody's moment, I would literally stop watching at that point. That would be the point I said, nope, no mas.
see, I'm thinking, and I know, even if he cashes in unsuccessfully, it still taints the moment, because then you say, oh, Cody only beat Roman because Damian tried to cash in. I don't know.
Your buku theories. Is that what's happening though? We all agree Cody's finishing the story tonight.
Yes.
That's the thing that's happening.
I am 99.9% sure. There's one small, teeny tiny percent that makes me think it could possibly not go that way, but
It's fair.
otherwise I'm all in.
It's fair. They do that shit sometimes, but if Daniel Bryan can have a WrestleMania 30, Cody Rhodes could have a WrestleMania 40.
We got the Yes Movement, we got Kofi Mania, now we gotta finish the story.
Got to finish the story. We also got a 5-star giveaway that people need to enter. You can go
Yeah, please leave us some 5-star
rate us a 5-star
ratings.
review on Spotify, Apple, then screenshot it, send it to us on Twitter or Instagram. Ain't hard. Not only are you logged in for the month of April, the month of May too. There's 2 separate giveaways you get entered in.
Let's go!
I'm watching DX shit on the screen. It's on a live sex celebration. Fuck these moments.
Oh my god.
We're past this era. We're better than this now.
Not according to... I could list off a whole list of people, but I'm not going to.
I hope that... I'm optimistic. Here's my thing. I'm optimistic. I think that tonight will be a better card and a better WrestleMania feeling than
I think so,
WrestleMania
too.
Saturday.
I think so for sure. I'm actually very sure about that. What I'm excited for is going forward. We keep saying it, and we'll probably keep saying it. It's a new era.
It's a Renaissance era. It's a Renaissance era.
So I'm excited to see where everything goes going forward.
The Renaissance.
The Rene Dupree.
I don't know if this